It's a new day in the workroom, and I don't know how to feel. Not even my favorite Eddie B is distracting me from what happened with Ruby. I avoided her in deliberations, I couldn't speak to anyone, I don't know why. And now she isn't here, and I can't say sorry. I should have told her I was sorry. But I can't change it now. I guess we have to move on.
Marina does a twirl as she comes up to the table, and says they've made the final 10, only one more week until single digits. Petra giggles, and says that's an oddly specific thing to celebrate. Marina says you have to celebrate the little things to have joy, which is why she counts her mini-challenge wins as wins on her track record. Skyla's jaw falls, and she says you're joking, right? Marina tries to keep a straight face, shaking her head no, before bursting out laughing and saying of course she's kidding. The queens laugh.
I wanna keep the vibe up in here, y'all. Ruby going. It took a light out of the room. I can tell it's affecting some people. Harmony, for one, which breaks my heart. Skyla is pretty upset, and weirdly enough, Reiki too. He almost looks guilty? Maybe it's because of Ruby saying his name on stage last week. Some people might take that as him being a social threat. But honestly, I don't think he's bright enough for that, haha. He's a sweetheart, he probably just feels bad seeing a friend go home.
Reiki counts on his fingers, and Kaden asks what he's doing, but Reiki shushes him. As soon as Reiki finishes counting, in synchrony with the room mail alarm sounding, he shouts.
Hello my loves, and congratulations on making the final 10. We're at a point in the competition now where you really will have gotten to know the other girls, I'd hope. Their personalities, their skill sets. Who you do and don't get along with. This week, we'll be holding our second ever Girl Groups Challenge. Inspired by myself and Kagame Rin, you will perform as drag duos.
A team challenge? I'm not looking forward to this at all. Of course when we finally get a dance challenge I have to do it with someone else, and from the sounds of it, not someone that will make it easy for me. Wish me luck, you guys.
You'll all perform to the song Fake Heart, song by myself and my lovely twin sister in our partnership with Kira, with added verses and choreography made by yourselves as a team. You'll be judged not only by your performance and verses, but by your ability to work together and make the performance feel as though it's from a true drag duo. Who will you be performing with? Well, let's go down the list. Skyla, your drag duo will be with Petra.
On one hand, I should be pleased with this. Myself and Skyla are both high-level performers, and I know together we can succeed, and we have worked together in the past. On the other, tension high, I'm afraid. I know Skyla is still angry with me for not voting for her the week she landed in the bottom 2. And I'm not happy with her either because I do believe that if not for her petty behavior in the workroom, I would not have landed in the bottom 3 last week. But it is in both of our best interests to put us aside and rekindle our friendship, or we'll both face the bottom again. And this time only one of us will escape it.
Kaden, you will be paired with Harmony.
Yes, a front runner. I'm a pretty good dancer. Not my specialty, but not a weakness. I held my own in the Rusical after all. So having someone I think will be a reliable partner in this challenge with me is a total asset. My biggest competition this week, in my opinion, are my own brothers in the frat. So I have to be able to stand out. I think this is the way.
Linny, your partner this week will be La Senora.
You've got to be kidding me. It's bad enough to be blocked by my competitors like in the Rusical. It's bad enough to be blocked by the challenge order, with so few comedy challenges. It's bad enough to be robbed of what should have been my win in Snatch Game. But now I'm being deliberately held back by being partnered with her. I haven't worked with Senora in weeks, and I never wanted to again. No, Linny, don't spiral. Senora wants to be here more than anything, because frankly, she clearly has no life or friends outside of this. She's a professional when she has to be. Lock in, and you'll make it out alive.
Keaton, your partner will be Lilac Cookie.
Well, this is irritating. I mean, on one hand, Lilac is a performer. That lip sync last week says otherwise, but he was strong in the Rusical. I know he can dance. As can I. So this is in theory a decent pairing to finally snatch my first win, if Lilac will rip his head out of his own ass to get us there.
Which leaves Reiki Kian and Marina Ida.
Woo, wait, guys, this is so hype. Marina is so talented, and even though obviously I'm pretty great too, I mean I won the last dance challenge. This is a chance for me to learn from one of the best of the best. I mean, she's literally part of a drag duo. I couldn't have been given a better pair here. Except another frat member, I guess. But still.
Interesting. I can't say I'm thrilled. To comment on Reiki as not being as strong in the track record department would be throwing stones in a glass house. And he is a pretty good dancer. What concerns me more is just, I don't know if I'll be able to relate to him. I mean, I hadn't even heard of him before now. How are we gonna be a drag duo? Aside from Senora, I can't think of a less ideal partner to get, honestly.
You'll come out one after the other in the order that you were just announced in, so when one group finishes their verses and they're part of the performance, the next cycle's in, up to a grand finale where you all send the show off family style. For this challenge, it's more important than ever to work together with the other girls, more specifically your partner. So play nice, good luck, and don't fuck it up.
So, I've been tasked to work with Keaton. Don't get me wrong, the skill level will be good for this challenge. At the end of the day, we've both been in the top for a dance challenge before. But, he chose my name last week. I do somewhat consider him at fault for my bottom placement, and I can't help but wonder if his vendetta against me will hold us back in the challenge.
Keaton sighs, and says it should be pretty obvious neither of them want to be in this spot. Lilac nods, and says yes, it is not ideal. Keaton then pulls over his racks of clothes, and says that regardless, what needs to be their focus is winning this challenge. Lilac agrees, and says he's more than happy to take charge to make that happen. Keaton blinks.
Oh, here we fucking go already. Oh, oh, puppy, please.
Has Keaton said his dumbass catchphrase yet? The OPP thing? Ugh, he's so corny. Even I'm not that much of a furry.
Keaton smirks, and says oh, you in charge, eh? Lilac nods, and says Keaton surely knows it's for the best. Keaton, laughing, says would Tyler the creator agree? Lilac gets flustered, and dismisses the comment, asking Keaton if he wants to win or not. Keaton rolls his eyes, and says what about this? Lilac can take the lead, but Keaton will still be fully involved in the choreography making if he has ideas different than Lilac, and he expects Lilac to abide by that. Lilac looks as though he's about to argue, but thinks for a moment, and nods. Keaton smiles and messes up Lilac's hair, saying was that so hard? Keaton can be heard giggling in the background.
Lilac is frustrating. But people like him are goal-oriented. And if you're what gets them to their goals, they'll do what you say, so he's essentially pacified for the time being, and I'm content with that. What's he gonna do, bitch me out? Not cooperate? Nah. We'd lose, and he knows he can only lose so many times. Especially if that Tyler lip sync is anything to go by.
Reiki and Marina are planning their verses and performance together for the challenge. Reiki is excitedly going on about how they could do their performance, while Marina awkwardly smiles, saying he definitely has a lot of ideas.
I don't know how I feel about this partnership with Reiki. Look, I'm sorry girls. I just don't get him. Everyone else in this competition I get. But Reiki, I feel like I can't connect with him. What could I possibly have in common with this trade baby queen skater frat boy? I just don't think we're at quite the same level. But divas, I'm gonna try my hardest. Because I am here for the long haul. Let's see what nonsense he came up with.
Kaden and Harmony are silently writing their verses, both visibly nervous. After a little while, Kaden perks up, sighing, and says they should probably plan something to make their performance stand out, since the competition is so strong this week. Harmony nods, and asks what he has in mind. Kaden suggests they play into how different they are visually, and says what if she was a child pop star, and he was her imaginary friend?
I'm a great performer, and we saw that in the Rusical before, even though I was just safe. Harmony, that's not a strength of hers. And that's not even shade. She has a lot going for her outside of dance. But when two of the other pairings are of two dancers, one of them has arguably the best dancer on the cast. And one has two of the smarter people here who are going to find their own way to stand out. We have to play to our strengths. This idea lets Harmony do less performing and more character work, which she's good at based on Snatch Game. While I can pick up the slack by making the choreography interesting and engaging with me doing more of the legwork. Win-win.
Harmony seems hesitant, saying she doesn't really want to seem childish. Kaden says it won't be like that at all, it's just a character, and since he's a dancer and she's a designer he could plan the choreography and verses while she makes them costumes for the concept. Harmony thinks for a moment, and nods, saying she thinks it's a good idea to go for something unique, and that playing up a character could help with her not being as strong of a dancer. Kaden smiles brightly and thanks her, and the two get to work right away.
I, don't like the idea of being portrayed as a kid. It makes me a little uncomfortable, because I get viewed that way a lot with, how I am, and how small I am. It's something I don't like. But I have to find a way to be good enough in a dance challenge like this, since I'm just an okay dancer. And I trust Kaden to not baby me. He's a nice guy. So I'll sew him a big dumb costume, and we'll go from there. But I might need another Eddie B to get in the right headspace, I dunno.
Linny and Senora are shouting and arguing about their performance, and which direction to take it in. Senora says that she's clearly the better performer, and Linny needs to just know his place and follow his lead. Linny says, "Are you kidding me? She's been just as safe as he has. The only difference has been she got thrown a high placement for her Botox-pumped face last week, while his week in the top was based on an actual talent." Senora rolls her eyes, and says yeah, she's sure his clowning skills seen in the Snatch game will translate perfectly for a dance challenge. Linny, frustrated, says that at this point, the two of them need to just separate if they ever want to get work done, because he can't plan with her, and they'll figure choreography out later. Senora says fine by her, she'll be happy to look professional and put together compared to whatever baby giraffe moves he manages to do. Linny starts to respond, but just grabs his notebook and storms off.
I'm sick and tired of this quirked up twink, thinking he has the tits to stand up to me here. I've let him come out on top once before. But if there's one mistake I'll never make more than once, it's letting a bottom on top. And Liney is, if nothing else, a bottom. So, whatever. We'll make our verses separately. What matters is the quality anyway, and I'm sure he'll make something decent enough for us to be safe. I can dance for the both of us when the choreo begins.
I'm so sick of this. I feel so helpless in this competition. My friends here are what's been keeping me sane. But now I'm trapped in a duo with Senora, and I don't know what to do. The challenge is to be a cohesive drag duo. Doing our planning separately like this, we'll be so disconnected, it'll be a disaster. I just have to do the best I can. And if we lip sync, I'll get to take my rage out on the bitch that deserves it. At least one of the other teams has Harmony on it, haha. She might stumble enough to save us. Look, it's no shade to her, I just don't get it, I guess. The judges seem to, constantly.
Skyla and Petra are working on their choreography in the workroom, but keep bumping into each other, with Petra eventually crashing into Skyla and falling to the ground. She sighs and brushes herself off, and Skyla, clearly nervous, reaches a hand out to help her up. Petra hesitates at first, but takes the help, and immediately gets back into the choreo.
I can tell Skyla is trying to mend fences, and for the sake of the challenge, I know that I should put last week behind me. It's not that I don't miss my friend, but I'm so frustrated. Sincerely, I feel that I didn't ask her for much last week. And while I understand her stress, feeling that she has nobody with her in this competition after the immunity vote, I'm irritated because I have consistently been on her side. No, I did not vote for her because I voted purely based on the challenge. But I've been here for her when others haven't. I've remained in her corner. And the one time I needed her help, she turned me down. I know why she did it, and I don't hold it against her. She feels pressure to make her home proud. But so do I. And I need to figure out how to heal from her almost keeping me from doing that.
Skyla says they should take a break, and pulls a seat out for her and Petra, who reluctantly sits with her. Skyla asks if Petra wants to talk, and Petra, clearly not interested, bluntly tells her to say what she wants to. Skyla sighs, and says she knows she's already said it, but that she's really sorry for not helping her last week. She was just scared to underperform because of how much is riding on her place here. Petra holds her own head, and says that she knows that, but asks Skyla if she realizes that pushing others away and pretending not to care about how she's perceived will only make things worse for her. Skyla says she knows that, but at this point she isn't sure what else she can do, as whatever she does she's never going to be seen how she wants to be. Petra says then stop trying to be seen a certain way, stop trying to act in whatever way will make her family look the best or make people like her the most, and just act like Skyla. She then grabs Skyla's hand, and says that at the end of the day, that's her favorite way to see Skyla anyway. Skyla smiles, starting to cry, and thanks her. The two of them hug, and proceed to get back to work.
I have more to prove before Petra will forgive me, and I know that. I'm glad she isn't going easy on me about this. But I really appreciate her giving me grace in this moment, and she's right. It's not about trying to be perceived some type of way, or not caring what anyone thinks of me and just focusing purely on myself. I don't need to represent myself as a model member of the House of Nimbasa. I don't need to present myself as infallible or being purely here for myself. I need to present myself as Skyla, and if I was doing that, I never would have left Petra high and dry. So enough trying to produce myself into someone palatable to everyone. Now, I've got a challenge to win with my bestie, okay?
Reiki is still ranting about how awesome their performance is gonna be, when an exasperated Marina cuts him off. She then says that she likes his ideas, but they need to start with the basics, putting their verses together.
Jesus, this guy just doesn't stop. He's been going on for like half an hour straight, and we still don't even have our verses started or outfits planned or anything. Why couldn't I have been paired with anyone else, someone who understands me or my drag at all?
Reiki nods, apologizing, and says he was actually thinking of basing the verses around a news report on each other, as a reference to Marina's news show with her sister Pearl, Off the Hook. Marina says wait, he knows about that? Reiki nods, and says he's been a fan for years, and one time while he was struggling financially, he actually sold some of his favorite skating gear to get enough money to buy tickets for a meet and greet with her and Pearl. He then takes out his phone to show Marina the pictures of the three of them together, and Marina looks shocked.
I haven't talked about it before now, because I was worried I'd seem like a fanboy. But I was playing it down a little when I said I looked up to Marina in this competition. I look up to her outside of it as well. I'm better off now, but there was a time in my life when I had next to nothing. I was sleeping hugging my skateboard on park benches, or crashing with my mom or my boyfriend when I worked up the courage to face them with my struggles. Off the Hook was a comfort to me. I was watching those chicks like, totally rock the world with just, pure confidence and charisma. I wanted to be like that, and that's what inspired me to take my drag further, and to work hard to get more bookings. The money I got from that honestly might have saved my life, or at the very least saved my self-esteem. I'm always gonna be grateful to Marina for that. I'm really proud to be here in the same competition as her, and I'm glad she thinks highly of me too.
Reiki says that when he was down, he'd watch Off the Hook performances and learn the choreography out in the cold so that he could remix it his own way in his shows. Marina looks upset, like she's about to cry, before wiping her eyes and thanking Reiki, saying she loves that idea, and she's gonna work her hardest to execute it to his exact vision.
God, I feel like such an asshole. Hearing how highly Reiki thinks of me and Pearl, and hearing about how he's struggled just to get here, and I was caught up on how popular he is or isn't outside of here. I mean, I even met the guy at a meet and greet, and I forgot it. Reiki, when you see this in the future, I'm so sorry for judging you before we got to know each other. I can see now that we do have something in common. Both of us fought from the bottom to get to where we are in life. And it wasn't right of me to look at you differently because you haven't gotten quite as far as me yet. So I'm gonna work my fucking ass off to slay this challenge tonight. Not just for myself, but for Reiki too. He deserves it.
Hello my loves, and welcome to Cartoon Drag Race Philippines Season 3. I am one of your beloved hosts, Kagamane Len. Please welcome our beautiful judging panel, the other half of our sickening judging duo, it's Kagamane Rin. Our resident judge, and my favorite drag queen, it's Candace Flynn. And the original drag duo, from Cartoon Drag Race Toon World and Cartoon Drag Race Holland, it's Tweety Bird and Sylvester the Cat. How are you, my loves?
Frankly, I don't think that's any of your fucking business.
I'd be a whole lot better if you hadn't tweeted and deleted those hate messages to me after I came for Forest on my season. Do you ever plan on apologizing for that? Because you're lucky I didn't get your twink ass cancelled.
I do not plan on apologizing for that. Anyways, this week we tasked our queens with performing in cohesive drag duos, with verses and choreography made by themselves, performed to Fake Heart by myself, Rin, and Kira. And tonight on the runway, category is homeware. Now, without further ado, let's begin.
Marina Ida, Reiki Kian, and Keaton slayed the challenge.
Well, Wolfpack, I told you. I can get a bitch together when I need to. And getting Lilac together let us put together a killer routine. I do think I performed the best this week, and to his credit, I don't think Lilac was far behind. We've got this bagged for sure.
Me and Marina's routine had the judges hollering, "I'm so frickin' proud." I think the choice to have our verses cut in and out of each other's, and to talk about each other instead of ourselves, made ours especially memorable. Like we were actually reporting on each other for a news show. And the choreo was on point, me and Marina really worked well together there. For one of us, this could be our second win.
Caden, Lilac Cookie, and Petra were great in the challenge.
Keaton was good. He kept up with me, though I really did show out tonight like everyone should have expected. It helps that my voice was able to cut through the others, with how deep it is compared to theirs, so during the group performance at the end I stood out. I know the judges saw me, and I'll be rewarded with my long overdue win.
I'm really thrilled with how me and Harmony did. I think we took our concept as far as we could, and the judges seemed really impressed with my dancing and our verses, which I wrote. It wouldn't have been as good without Harmony's costumes, though. I looked like a freaky imaginary friend. It was bulky and fluffy, but I could still move so well. I'm really proud of what we were able to pull off next to such strong competition. Let's hope it's enough.
Linny and Skyla were good in the challenge.
I was definitely strong in my performance, but I think I may have let Petra outshine me a bit. I wouldn't be too worried about it, but with how good everyone did, including her, I'm hoping we're judged in teams. I think I was better than at least 3 people, but I dunno. I can't go home tonight. Not when I just got this new lease on life. I'm gonna have to bring it to the runway.
Harmony and La Senora were bad in the challenge.
I got in my head a bit. I really did love Caden's idea, but no matter how hard I tried, I hated playing as a child, and it was probably obvious. It's not his fault, but I hope I didn't drag us down too far.
That petulant brat got in my way the entire performance. For fuck's sake, he was treating it like the Liney show. And nobody in their right mind would watch that. At the end of the performance, I broke the choreography, and I stepped right in front of him. Because, darling, this is my stage, and someone had to tell him that somehow. The judges will recognize the nerve it took to do that. I'm sure.
Marina Ida slayed the runway.
My homeware look is a parody of Nara Smith and her deranged tradwife TikToks. I have these beautiful boho box braids that go all the way down to my heels. It took me and my sisters back home 2 whole days to braid this wig, but it was worth it. I'm in a glamorous stone dress that of course covers my ankles, and my paint is soft and demure, and I'm serving my face up stone cold, almost like I had a bit too much organic Botox for my own good. We're moving feminism back 2 decades on the runway tonight, y'all.
Keaton, Harmony, Lilac Cookie, and Reiki Kian were great on the runway.
My homeware look is honestly just a dragified, campy version of what I actually wear at home, haha. I'm in a massive oversized hoodie, and when I say oversized, I mean the sleeve holes reach the floor. The hood is also huge, and even though you can't see the baggy pajama pants I have on under this massive structured hoodie, you can see the train they leave behind me when I walk. Every oversized part of this hoodie creation is actually boned for structure, and the neckline is cinched in to actually keep it on my body, making this really cool illusion like I'm in some kinda crazy mascot costume. This look is both inspired by and sewn by my friend Mia Chinen from back home. The stuff I had made specifically for the season was mostly made by him. He's really talented.
When I'm at home, honestly, I'm usually asleep, so I'm referencing Sam Starr and Courtney Act on the runway tonight, in my glamorous nightgown with my wig glued down into a pillow. I have a hand-knitted blanket in my signature colors sewn to the back of the pillow and held in front of me, with the slack flowing behind me on the runway as a pretty train. I like this look.
Skyla, Caden, La Senora, Linny, and Petra were good on the runway.
Although my home is Brigid, I spent a lot of my life living on campus at Garrigmac Monastery. It's where I met my beloved professor and so many of my friends. That was a home to me, and so I'm honoring my time there tonight. My homeware look is a remaster of my uniform from back at Garrigmac, though of course I modified it to elevate it for tonight. I'm also wearing out my natural hair on the runway tonight. I feel a sense of nostalgia from this look, and I really do love it.
I'm, quite frankly, too booked to spend much time at home these days. And when I do, it's because I'm hosting a high-class gala for the many members of high society on my call list. And so, tonight, I'm walking the runway in an opulent hostess gown, stoned from bust to hemline, delicately carrying a tray of champagne and caviar all the way down the runway to serve to my honored guests. I look, put simply, breathtaking.
My queens, we have made some decisions. Petra and Skyla, the two of you were solid this week. However, with the caliber this competition has reached, you're safe tonight. Good job, but we expect more going forward. The rest of you are the top and bottom pairs of the week.
Oh. Critiques in pairs. I hope they go easy on Harmony. I have a feeling they saw me as outshining her, and I don't like what that could mean for us.
Now, without further ado, let's get into critiques. Kaden and Harmony, please step forward.
I really appreciated that you two went out of the box and decided to play as characters tonight. I could tell that it was somewhat to mask Harmony's lack of dance skills, which would have been fine. That's a clever thing to try and do. But Harmony, when your heart clearly wasn't in it, it made it hard to buy into. If you're morphing this into a character challenge, you need to sell that character. Kaden, you did a great job at that while also performing your heart out. With you, Harmony, I felt a disconnect.
I did love both of your verses, though. Who wrote those?
Harmony did. She did a really good job, right?
Wait, but
Honestly, they were some of my favorites of the night. So Harmony, credit where it's due, you did that successfully. But I have to parrot Candace, you felt distant tonight. It was disappointing for sure.
That's what I said watching you every week after the first one on Holland.
Tweety, I'll cook you rotisserie style if you don't keep it cute.
I'd also like to give you some credit, Harmony. Those costumes were immaculate, and you actually had my favorite runway of the night this week. It's a concept we've seen before, but you made it your own in a way only Harmony could. I can always spot your designs as uniquely yours, and that's a good quality.
Reiki and Marina, please step forward.
You two were my favorite by a mile. You also leaned into characters with your whole news bit, but you didn't slouch in the verse or choreography. Marina, I followed you for some time, and I know this challenge was right up your alley. Even with that in mind, you blew my socks off.
You don't wear socks.
Marina, your runway tonight is camp meets fashion. Parodying Nara Smith on the Drag Race main stage is so iconic, and those boho braids are beautiful. You're clearly on the upswing in this competition, and we're all here to watch it happen.
You know I tend to be the picky bitch. But truly, I have no notes. And honestly, the growth is insane. Reiki, this runway is so high fashion, so couture. I could see this in a Paris Fashion Week collection, and I never would have said that to the Reiki from episode 1. I am so proud of you tonight.
Linny and Senora, please step forward.
I don't even really know where to start. Linny, you were better than Senora, but frankly, not by much. The brief this week was cohesiveness. It was drag duo. You danced on separate sides of the stage the entire time. Your verses were just bitch tracks. And on the runway, I'm disappointed, Senora. This was your opportunity to step out of the glam box you've put yourself in. I wanted you in casual wear and I wanted it brought to a Senora level of fashion. But we just got another pretty red gown.
It's my understanding that you don't get along, which makes a challenge like this hard. But to be frank, I don't give a damn, because there were so many interesting directions you could have taken this. You could have played up a rivalry, like a drag duo that was about to break up, or one person trying to steal the spotlight from the other. Although technically, we did get that last option. Senora, I expected more from you than to try and deliberately block your partner at the end of the number. That's unprofessional, and it speaks poorly on your character.
Who does that pest think he is? He knows nothing about my character. I need a new boa, and if he isn't careful, it'll be made out of some goddamn Tweety feathers. Yellow is lovely for spring, you know.
Keaton and Lilac, please step forward. Keaton, holy shit, that body. I hate to be profane, but not really. This runway is so simple yet effective. You're really selling the frat boy DL trade fantasy. Mixing homeware and streetwear to get this sickening skater aesthetic was such a strong choice, and the makeup really fits with the outfit. Lilac, I really like yours as well, and even if it was just swapping to your other signature color of purple, I appreciate you giving us variety in the colors this week. Great job.
As for the performance, both of you were strong. Keaton, I will say, I think you definitely outshined Lilac. It felt at times like the Keaton show, with your facial expressions and how much harder you went with your movements. Lilac, you did great as well, but went with a more effortless approach that could have stood out more compared to Keaton.
I actually really liked that approach. The contrast made them feel unique from each other.
No shade, was the challenge to be unique from each other, or to be a cohesive drag duo?
Frankly, I don't care. I thought they did both. This set was my absolute favorite tonight, hands down. The other groups went for the girl group approach, but the two of you felt more boy band, like 2000s e-boy aesthetic in a way that I really love to see. And especially knowing the complications in your relationship in the workroom. None of that showed on the stage tonight. The two of you felt so in sync. Lilac, to pull this out of the bag after being in the bottom last week, I'm very impressed.
Alright, first things first. Marina and Reiki, and Keaton and Lilac. You four make up the top 2 teams of the week.
Honestly, based on the critiques, it's pretty obvious who's winning tonight, and it's not me. But our critiques were strong, and I'm satisfied with that. Reiki and Marina turned it out. Deserved.
Reiki and Marina, the two of you brought all 4 of the tenets of drag to the stage tonight. Your duo served complete charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. My loves. You are both safe.
Yes, we won. My second win. Holy shit, guys. Wait, what?
Keaton and Lilac, the two of you completely showed out against the odds. You are the winners of this week's challenge.
As expected, and as deserved. Took long enough for them to realize it.
That means that Harmony and Kaden, and Senora and Linny, you 4 make up the bottom teams of the week. However, Kaden, if not for the team judging, you'd damn near be in the top this week. We have decided to reward your efforts in the challenge. You are safe, and are not at risk of elimination. Now, with that being said, you may all head back to the workroom to discuss, and so the bottom queens can plead their case. And after that's been done, you will be called into the confessional booth for voting.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Kagame-len. Thank you so much. I felt my time here flash before my eyes. I really felt like we did so well. I was so proud of us both. If I had gone home, or worse, had to send Harmony home, I don't know if I could have handled it. Thank you so much, Kagame-len.
Being in the bottom, it isn't fair. I have worked so hard here. Anyone would be in the bottom with Senora as their partner. I was set up to fail. I don't want to go home.
I see. I'm sorry everyone. I'm gonna try my hardest to stay.
So, does anyone have anything to say before we split up?
Yes, actually, I'm sure I'm not the only one to have noticed this. I've just about had it with the preferential treatment Harmony has been given in this competition.
Wait, huh?
I mean, for fuck's sake, everything she does they fawn over. A boring, one-note snatch game gets her in the top when she may as well have played herself. She won the episode 2 design challenge for breaking the rules and walking as a group, and even then she didn't look as good as Marina. She was saved from the bottom in the rusical, frankly. And even tonight when they put her in the bottom, they took every opportunity to build her up when they spent 10 minutes ripping me and Senora apart.
Linny, lay off, it's not like that.
You know, Kaden, just shut the hell up, because you're as blinded by her mediocrity as the judges are. We get it, we get it. She's so talented, she's so young, she's quiet but intelligent, blah blah. She has the same concept drag we've seen before done better by stronger queens. She was rejected from season 2 for a reason, and shouldn't have been rigged onto this season. And she's not quiet, she just doesn't have a personality, those are different.
Actually, I think that twink is making sense for once in his life. I mean, really, I know I won't get any Rin-munity votes from you pigs in wigs, so I may as well speak my mind as well. Look at this sad excuse for a cast. We've got a brainless red-headed stepchild fresh off the streets, a has-been internet persona who has coasted on the bottom all season, a stale cookie with nothing to offer but his flat man-ass, little Miss Lesbian Underdog who is too focused on making her girlfriend proud to actually do something she'd be proud of. a rabid dog, and a rancid rat. A queen whose entire personality is that she can't speak English. Liney is a chop too, of course, and I'd be more than thrilled to send him home. But frankly, I'd much rather send Harmony home.
Senora, I'm warning you now, don't say another word about her.
Oh, please. I'm not afraid of you, Aaliyah's prologue. I want Harmony gone, and I'm more than happy to be the one to do it.
Senora, that's enough. I'm serious.
My greatest pleasure in this game would be to wipe that undeserving, talentless brat off the face of the earth in the lip sync.
This is your last chance, Senora.
What use do the Kagamine twins have for an ugly little child?
I'm not a fucking child, you rancid bitch. Leave me alone.
What did you just say to me?
Y'all, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god, Senora is storming towards Harmony.
Oh no, the fuck she isn't.
Marina stands firmly between Senora and Harmony, getting up in her face. Harmony silently runs off crying, followed after by Caden.
Leave her alone, Senora.
Or what? Calamari? Are you gonna do something about it?
Before Senora can finish her sentence, Marina rams her shoulder full force into her, sending her falling back to the ground as production members rush to break them up, and the queens are ordered to go to the confessional booth for voting.
Did she hit me?
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Senora's ego made one hell of a sound when it hit the floor. After that stupid shit, trust and believe, I know my vote. I thought you were better than that, Linny.
My queens, you have made your decision. But before we get to that, I'll say this now, and I'll say it firmly. I'm incredibly disappointed in you all for the unprofessionalism shown in that Untucked. You're grown, it's about time you act like it. Senora and Marina, if I hear word of a physical altercation ever again, you will be disqualified. For good.
I gave her every chance. I don't care if it gets me disqualified or whatever the hell it may be, I'll do it again if she gets in my friend's face like that. If she's even here next week to try it again. I have no regrets of what I did.
Now, for the voting. La Senora, Harmony, and Linny. Please step forward. For the first time ever, the results are unanimous. Harmony, my love, you have received the final Renmunity Idol of the season.
What is there to say? I don't want to talk right now, sorry.
Linny, La Senora, the two of you have a lot to prove on stage in this lip sync. Last season, I put pressure on Flower and Skull Kid with a lip sync to Love Child by Diana Ross, one of the most important songs to me. That pressure pales in comparison to what is expected of you tonight. The both of you have underperformed, and you've disappointed me and the judges in notable ways. I'm hoping that this lip sync will light a fire under the ass of whichever of you gets to stay. Prior to tonight, I asked you to prepare a lip sync performance to Nakakapagpabagabag by Kagamane Len. This song, in full Tagalog, was my breakout hit in the Philippines, and is the reason I moved here from my home in Japan to perform and to be the star you see today. No song has impacted my career to the degree that this one did, and that's exactly why it is the first time one of my songs has been lip-synced to on this show. The time has come for you to prove that you belong here. The time has come for you to lip-sync. For your life. So both of you, good luck, and for your own sakes, don't fuck it up.
This is it. After everything that just went down, and all the tomfuckery I've had to deal with on this season up to now, it's my time to be the star. I'm sending this petulant bottom packing back to his low-income housing complex. I don't need to be fluent in Tagalog to slay this lip sync.
This song, it's a lot of pressure. But I'm not backing down. I won't be going home.
For drag queens in the Philippines, this may as well be the national anthem with how big Len and Rin have become. They better not fuck this up.
Senora doesn't know the words. Senora flopped the lip sync. Linny flopped the lip sync.
What the fuck did these skinny white bitches just do to my national anthem?
Kagamane Len holds his head in his hands, clearly agitated. Rin simply stares the queens down, both of whom are visibly unsettled.
There have been 31 episodes of this show. Across those 31 episodes, there have been 47 lip syncs. Some of the greatest performances I have ever witnessed in drag. None of them have been as much of a disappointment as that one.
What did he just say?
La Senora and Linny, I am incredibly disappointed in the both of you. Between this and what happened during deliberations, this decision is easy to make.
No way in hell.
Linny, La Senora, neither of you showed the fire it takes to remain in this competition. For the first time in Cartoon Drag Race Philippines history, I'm asking you both to sashay away.
Double elimination. Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, you know what they say. No one mourns the wicked.
Due to the behavior shown earlier tonight, there will be no Untucked this week. Go cool off in your hotels, and when you return in the morning, have your sense intact. Let the music play.